What's going on, guys? My name is Tarun Shetty. Welcome to the ConvoSutra. Here with another fantastic episode. We got our usual panelist, and we have a special guest who is running late.
Empty chair.
Well, what happened is we're shooting this on a Monday. We usually shoot on the weekends.
And it's afternoon, too.
It's afternoon.
Traffic time.
Traffic is hard in LA. If you don't live in Los Angeles, it gets really tricky around this time. So, I mean, I showed up right before.
If you're not in LA is one of those spots where when someone asks you how far something is, you don't say miles, you say time.
Yeah.
In other cities, they're like, oh, it's 5 miles from here. I'm like, miles don't matter here. 5 miles can take you 45 minutes, depending on where you're going.
Depends on time of day.
Yeah.
I went to San Fran this weekend, and I left Friday. I was waiting for a package, but I left at 6. And I got there at like 1 o'clock, 1:30.
Was there an accident?
No, but normally I've made that drive to San Fran before, and I always get caught in traffic for like an hour, like 4 or 5. But I just shot right through, and I was like, man, without any traffic, it moves so much quicker. Like you're just straight shot.
You can get to SF in 5.5 hours, easy.
How?
Yeah.
I've done it so many times, just cruising.
How? I always get caught right before that bridge.
No, I go to LA to SF in 5.5 to 6 hours, especially when it's the 2-lane 5, when it's just 2 lanes and you're in Cowtown. I usually go like cruise around 90 to 100 the whole way.
90 to 100?
Because you know where the cops are. There's no on-ramps coming. And Waze will show you.
You do 100 to SF. No wonder you're making in 5.5 hours.
Oh, you can do it faster. I mean, I usually average around 90 to 95. Yeah, I just put.
Dude, you can get your license revoked for going that fast.
Yeah, what is that called? Reckless
But you know what?
endangerment?
It's not, because everyone's going the same speed. I'm literally following people going the same speed.
Yeah.
I'm not like weaving in and out.
Nobody's doing 100 miles per hour when I was
Bro,
driving.
on the left lane, when all the trucks are on the right, like I'm literally keeping up with traffic, which is usually going between 85 to 95 miles per hour. I'm not like switching lanes and passing people.
Yeah.
No. People are hauling ass.
How fast can you get to SF? How you made that drive, first of all?
I've gone to SF quite a few times. I prefer to fly out of Burbank. It's so much
sure she
easier
does.
Burbank to SFO.
Well, she has
Oh,
dates
yeah.
in SF. She's
But I was recently in Napa and got there in 5.5 hours. Because you gotta leave by like 10 a.m.
Yes.
And then, you're kind of missing some of the afternoon traffic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to fly next time. I can't do that drive again.
It's hard alone,
What
too.
made you want to do the drive?
I was booked in a room up there. So, and my friend lives up there too, a good friend of mine. So I thought I would just kill 2 birds with 1 stone. And it was worth it.
I thought you had a car problem.
No.
You were joking?
That was a joke.
Oh, I was like, did he really have a car problem?
I believed it at first, and then when I saw the star, but I was like, all
I
right.
thought you were joking about how
I made this thing on Instagram story, and I was like, I stopped. I mean, I was at a gas station, and I was like, there's no cars in sight, and I'm stuck, and how do I survive? And then I cued this
Starbucks.
giant Starbucks sign. I thought it was a joke, but Pritesh thought I was really strange.
I didn't get the joke, but yes.
Man, if you didn't get it, I'm sure everybody else didn't get it.
I got it.
Oh,
You know, the thing is, I like driving, though.
Alone?
5.5, 6 hours. I don't even need to stop to pee or anything. I cruise, I podcast, I do calls. I just chill. I really enjoy driving.
I like it in moderation. But in LA, it's like, dude, I go crazy sometimes.
I mean, last time we were leaving, there was a drive-by shooting.
Oh, yeah, there's a drive-by shooting here.
Literally right around the block. Yeah.
Last weekend?
Yeah.
There was a drive-by shoot. We're all leaving, and then we go, pop, 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 pop. And we're like, what? And then we see a black BMW speeding down the street, and it was 4 gunshots.
It was a bunch of Muslims in a car. The ConvoSutra.
Glad I wasn't here for that taping.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
Bring the hate, people. I welcome it. Bring
I
it.
do not.
Come on, we all love the hate. It's good. We're all getting more followers, so it's good.
I think when that happened, though, that was the closest I've ever been to around any type of gun violence.
Really?
It really freaked me out for a second.
Okay.
I've never been around gun violence in my life.
I've heard gunshots when I was in New York, when I was walking and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you mean, yeah? That's scary as hell.
She's like, yeah, I was in Napa Valley and there were the gunshots.
Yeah. No, I was in
Drive-by horse shooting. I don't know what.
Yeah.
I was in the terrorist attack that happened in Barcelona. Yeah.
You were there?
I was there. I was in Las Ramblas and I had to run from it.
What was the terrorist attack
Yeah,
exactly?
what was it?
They crashed their truck and then came out with guns and then they went and
When
were
was
shooting
this?
up the market and stuff. 2018 August or something?
That must have been a pretty scary situation.
Yeah. It was
Damn.
it was strange.
To say the least.
To say the least.
It was strange.
It was my first day in Barcelona. I'd been in like Portugal or something prior to that. And it's funny because I just was like, run. And we like ran and we like hid in this like Virgin Mobile store and they like locked it all up. And then we had to like make our way back to the hotel.
God.
Yeah.
And my first thought was, oh my God, when my parents see this, like they are going to like demand I fly home. Yeah, and they were like, come home, come home. And I was like, well, no, the attack already happened. So actually the city's safer than ever.
It seemed like a pleasure of a daughter. They're like having a heart attack all the damn time.
You know what I was
too.
thinking
I
actually?
had to get ahead of it. I was like, I need to message them before they see this on the news.
Yeah.
No, it's funny you say that, and it's kind of correlated because I was reading about some school shooter. Every other day is like a school shooting.
Yeah.
But when I was growing up, there was no school shooting. It wasn't even a thing, right?
No.
Like, and
You guys went to school before that?
No.
I did.
I
Well,
didn't.
I don't.
Hold on. Wait. There's school shootings. I just don't think we heard about it like we do.
Really? With like assault rifles and stuff? Dude, that would have been national news. But
I thought
guess so.
Columbine was the first
The
one.
Columbine was the first big one, right?
I mean, those kids were like the Thomas Edison of like school shooters.
Yeah.
Oh, we can do this now. But like before, even terrorist attacks, they would call in bombs, like mail
Yeah.
bombs. Like, oh, there's a bomb in the school. Everyone evacuate.
It changed.
And it changed. It's just kind of crazy. Like
They
how,
like created a new roadmap on how to be crazy.
to be a
Yeah, like
lunatic.
how to be an insane person. It's like, oh, now we do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a new thing that we do.
Methods of evil.
Yeah,
Yeah.
agreed. Yeah. I mean, I think sometimes it's like no one really thought about that.
It was innovative. I mean, you said Thomas Edison. Yeah, it is something different.
I've never been into guns. I went like a long time ago for my birthday. Went to a shooting range.
Yeah.
It was an interesting experience and it was fun in its own way. I also just don't like the power. Like
It scares you.
it's. I also don't think it necessarily tracks. But then that being said, with COVID, like I have samurai swords and I'm still the crazy dude. Like I don't know why I have that in me, but like even it was a couple of weeks ago, we had a
You
homeless
have
guy.
samurai swords?
He
Yeah.
does a drive-by.
There was
sorting.
a homeless guy. I was walking dog. There was a shady dude walking by, and I thought he was going to turn into my building, but since I was walking out, he like walked past.
Yeah.
And I clocked. I'm like, that was odd behavior. Like I just felt like something was weird. Then I'm changing in my room. My window's open. I see him like walking really fast. So then I put clothes on. I get my sword, and I start following him. Right?
Dude.
Yeah. Someone has to do it because cops don't do shit.
Someone has to
Hold on.
take out their samurai sword
Dude.
and follow this man.
And yeah, they're not. They're
Wait, let me
blind.
backtrack here. So you saw somebody suspicious, so you followed him with a samurai sword.
Yeah, my whole HOA knows I do this. We had to break it into our cars in the
you
garage
insane?
too. And I went out with a samurai sword too, and he left.
If you like,
I've done this many times.
if you attack this guy at all,
Yeah,
like,
you'd be in the
I
wrong.
never
You'd be in
use
trouble.
it. It scares
But you have
them.
a samurai sword. Like why?
I have 3, all different sizes.
so why even carry it with you?
They're blunt. They're not sharp at all. They're
So-
just more for image, just to scare the dude.
Dude.
Yeah.
Like a deterrent.
Well, absolutely is a deterrent, but now I'm going to get a BB gun for sure.
Do not walk outside with your samurai sword ever again, because that's just
I'm pretty sure it's illegal. Is it not illegal
It
to
might
walk around
be.
with a sword? Pretty sure it's a weapon. Like you can't just carry like
I don't.
a knife on you.
I'm not at the date with their samurai sword laws here in Los Angeles.
yeah, I think we need to
pretty
call
sure.
a lawyer.
Pritesh is the crazy guy with the sword. Dude, it got so ridiculous during COVID. I've never done, right? We would have break-ins during COVID. We had no, I live in Sherman Oaks. Like there's no crime. And then COVID, the cops, and especially with the, after that, like the cops were doing,
Imagining with your samurai outfit.
bro, I told the HOA, we had to break into the garage and there was a guy breaking into people's cars in the garage. He had to come in, cops.
You're like Tom Cruise in that samurai movie.
Yeah,
What was
but
that
cops
movie?
were coming through. And
Last
so I literally
Samurai.
told the HOA, I said, I'm going down.
The Last
Who's
Gujarati.
coming with me? I'm coming down. Who's coming with me? They're like, please do it. They could see me in the garage with my samurai sword with all the cameras and like handle it.
And you
Dude.
handled it.
I mean, the dude left. We had another guy break into our building during that time. I went outside, I confronted the dude, and then I called the cops. The cops came, and while I'm talking to the cops, the guy who broke in and stole stuff comes up to me. So I get into defensive mode. I'm like, yo, guys, that's him right there. And he's like walking right towards me. He's not looking at the cops. He's making eye contact with me. It was a little freaky.
Yeah.
He was like zoned in on me. And I was like, yo, guys, that's him. That's him. And he comes, drops everything he stole from the storage unit. And then I'm looking at the cops. I'm like, you guys aren't going to arrest him? And they're like, he'll be in there for 2 hours and they're going to let him out. And he
Yeah.
just walked down the street and the cops left.
Well, because they know when they like put it in front of the judge because of like they have to steal more than like a certain dollar amount.
It was
or
900,
something.
but they changed it now. That was a stupid law. But yeah.
It was stupid, but yeah, I guess it was just.
You're right though, because at my grocery store, I saw someone shoplifting and there's a security guard there, and I told him, and he goes, "My job's just to observe." And I said, "That's what he said to me."
That's the most LA shit I've ever heard.
goes,
That's why I hate California for that stuff.
And then they arrested him. I guess they called the cops, but like security guard did nothing.
But they didn't because of the $900 rule too, which changed now because the crime was going so crazy, right?
Yeah.
Because basically was it the commissioner? I don't know who it was who made the rule, super whatever. But their thought process, I get the thought process behind it is like if it's not, it costs more than $900
Yeah.
for us to send someone.
Put it in.
So we're
drunk
just going to make that a
tank.
limit. Yeah. It doesn't matter though. That's still high enough crime for small businesses or anyone to have to deal with. And the fact that there's no punishment for it is absurd. And then I started seeing ramifications of it because of it, that people were breaking the building. I've never been a violent person. I've never been in a fight. I can't even fight. I'm not even like pretending I'm that dude. I'm not that guy.
Yeah.
But naturally, as a man, seeing property that I own get invaded and no one's doing anything about it, I can't just sit around, man. Like, I'm not wired that way. I'm definitely wired to fight, even though I haven't. I'm not one to run away. So if no one else is going to go down and handle this, then I'm going to go down and handle it. Like, what else is there to do?
Yeah.
I don't know. My dad has this saying, nothing that you own is worth your life. Oh, he's always like, if someone is trying to like snatch your bag or whatever,
He's
just
right.
give it. Because
He's right up
you
to
don't
a
know if they
point.
have a gun here.
Yeah, but we have children. We had one homeless guy come in. He was looking through all the windows. I'm not worried about a possession being stolen. I don't care about that because I agree. But at a certain point, you have to defend what you got, as in like.
I'm with Pritesh, 100%.
I don't disagree. I don't
Well, as a
disagree.
female, I feel like
No, but you shouldn't. You're a girl. You shouldn't.
No, I mean he'll say it to my brother too. It's not worth, how much money they're really going to get from you.
Yeah, but at a certain point, when you have all these people breaking into your building, you have to make a stand.
There's like mixed research on it.
As mixed research on what?
Like,
Things that?
harsher sentencing and if it makes sense to like, in prison, like petty theft versus not.
Hey, how are you? Thanks for coming in.
What's cracking?
Hi.
Get your drink on the counter. There's a straw, and you can jump in.
I like the outfit.
Bushra, thanks for coming.
Thank you for having me.
You got some traffic.
Is this like live? What's going on?
Yeah. We're not live.
Not live streaming.
Yeah, we're live. This goes out
Thank
to
you.
everyone in India and Pakistan and the Middle East.
Well, namaste.
Welcome.
She came in like she's like, anyway.
Assalamu alaikum.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, thanks for coming by.
Yeah, thanks for
Appreciate
having
it.
me.
Good to see you again. What's up,
Good to see
Bushra?
you.
So you're an actress, dancer in Los Angeles.
Yes.
Yeah, and you're here on the ConvoSutra. And you're like an amazing dancer.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Really
Nice of
good.
you. Thank you.
And your vlogs are off the chain.
Haven't done one of those in a long time.
haven't
But
done
I'm
a
glad
long-
you're watching, Pritesh. I'm glad you're watching this.
I'm always amazed with how people do those because it seems like so much work
Yeah.
with the voiceover and it's a mini movie.
It is.
It's
a
so
mini-
much
yeah.
editing.
Yeah. You're right. But honestly, when you're like in the moment and when you're at an event, I just like record whatever I like think I'm gonna talk about. Anyway, I don't know. It just comes kind of naturally. But then the later part is the editing, and it does get
Time
So
consuming.
then sometimes you have like way too many clips, and you're like, I'm over it. Which is content in a nutshell.
Your social media, though, I feel like you've got so much variety on it. Is that purposeful? Like the way because you have like vlogs, you have dancing,
Yeah.
you've got fashion. Like,
Yeah.
did you just go spur in the moment? Do you have like a direction with your social media?
It's more like I don't like being put in a box, but then that hurts your content because you're supposed to do like the same thing every day. And then
That's so boring.
It's so boring. And
Yeah.
so that's why I can't rely on social media to pay the bills because I can't ever do the same thing every day all the time. Unless maybe I should get 10 different accounts and then do all the things that
and
I
hire
love.
a manager for each one.
Yeah, and then do all the things that I love, but post it in separate accounts, like one for fashion, one for acting, one for dancing.
How do you define yourself for our audience?
Well, so you asked me, like, is there a method to that? Well, it's really because under the creative bucket, there's so many ways of telling a story. And so I don't like doing it just one way. There's acting, there's dancing, there's content creation, there's hosting a show. Then there's telling the story of actually experiencing it all. And so I love it all. So it's kind of whatever I'm feeling.
Where are you from?
Well, like where are my parents from?
Where are you from? Or where were you born?
Oh, I was born and raised in Southern California. I grew
Okay.
up in Cerritos.
Nice.
Oh, with every other Indian person.
Yeah. So I don't have the story of feeling like the minority growing up.
She was the majority for sure. In Cerritos, bro.
Yeah,
oh my
yeah.
God, such a brown town.
Kinda
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. My culture was always accepted. We won all the talent shows. Chinese Club never stood a chance.
It's a
But
wrap.
they
Cerritos, by
try.
the way, is like Little India in California.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cerritos is like Little India. It's actually right next to Little India,
Okay.
Artesia.
Yeah.
It's Cerritos Auto Square is what we're known for. But
Oh
yeah.
You just keep
Not
going down the
wrong.
line. Just keep getting deeper and deeper into the microcosm of this world you grew up in.
Yeah. So I grew up in SoCal.
You're like, live and die here? Are you ever going to get out of here?
I went and lived in San Francisco for a bit when I was working
Oh,
my
we just
corporate
talked about
life.
that, yeah.
Yeah, Bay Area. I left right when it was not being great in 2018. So yeah, that was my one stint.
You're living Jazz's life now.
What's the life?
She's
you're
like
living?
corporate person.
Ooh.
Where-
Am
what
I
do you-
defined by being corporate person?
I don't know. I see you
Hey,
kind of
look at me.
corporate.
Yes. Yes,
Comparatively.
What are you doing in the corporate world?
Oh, I work in tech.
Oh,
I
great.
work at a healthcare startup.
Oh, that's awesome.
She's
And so
saying-
Pays the
you
bills well, I'm sure. better than the creative profession.
depends who you are.
That's true.
in
Depends
our
who you
world,
are.
but in our world, it's like that magic because it can change overnight real quick.
Yeah, 100%.
I've seen it happen for so many people. I've even seen it for myself in short stints when you get a gig or something happens. You're like, oh, these checks are real nice.
Yeah.
But then it goes, then
Yeah,
they
and
go
then you're
away.
like, man, I shouldn't have gone to
Yeah.
France.
You quit your corporate job?
I did. I left the corporate world a few years ago. I was working in fashion and merchandising, and then got really burnt out. And then, the creative world kind of found me. I didn't even know that I could do this. I didn't know I could do commercial modeling, commercial acting, acting in general.
You only started your Instagram like this a couple years ago?
Yeah, like 4 or 5 years ago.
That's new.
Yeah.
Dude, it's such a
super
difference
new.
being
I
a
didn't know
pretty
that.
woman versus a guy. I swear to God, you guys have it set. All you have to do is put like, oh my God, I'm at my Starbucks.
You're not wrong.
That's not true.
Look at
It took
both
a
of
long
them.
That is
time.
100% true.
It took a long time, okay?
3 years.
No, it's been 5 years, okay?
5 years?
It's been 5, that's half a decade.
Well, look, the world is visual. Content creation is visually led. Women are going to obviously be more objectified and sexualized. So there's definitely that advantage for
This
growing. But that's not
ConvoSutra
everything.
Would this podcast do 100% better if I was like a female?
I don't
know
know
if that's true.
I would say you're like a
Or trans.
good-looking Indian man.
But he's just saying if you're a good-looking
That's the
woman,
label.
if he was a good-looking woman as opposed to a man, that it would get more views. I don't know.
No,
maybe
I know
It'd
some
be interesting
good-looking
to us.
women who have like podcasts. Yeah, I guess they did get bought out. Yeah, maybe you're right.
I did want to ask you, when did you start dancing?
Oh, I've danced all my life. I was trained in a classical Indian dance form called Odissi.
Oh,
And so that is where my storytelling journey began because it's like a very abhinaya. What is abhinaya in English?
talking about? What is it? Yeah, it's hard. Not everything translates in English well.
It's a dance that emotes story and emotion
Okay.
more so than the other classical dance forms.
Like
that are
Arangatam
very
and Kathak?
technical. Like Bharatanatyam and Kathak, yeah, exactly. Like Bharatanatyam and Kathak, they have like very technical aspects to it, and so does Odissi. But then a lot of the foundation of Odissi is storytelling. Like there's one dance that I've done that I don't even think there's like many dance moves in it, but it's really just telling the story of all the gods.
Sometimes I see dancers and like they're like, I'm a dancer and they're at that whatever dance studio in LA.
Yeah.
Everyone does videos at and like these people are not good.
Yeah.
But I see you and I'm like, wow, she's actually good, both American and Indian. Like you have this fusion mix and you're strong in both. And I was like, she must have been dancing for a while.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I've done classical Indian dance all my life, and then like later throughout high school and college, did other forms of dance, hip hop, jazz, and then also all other Indian styles as well, Bhangra, Bollywood, and other classical forms.
You work with Chinta McDaniel?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know Chinta.
You know
Yeah.
her?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. How do
Yeah,
you know her?
I did the segment on Showbiz India back in the day.
You did?
I went to her dance studio.
What did you do on Showbiz India?
I had this comedy segment that's unrelated to this, but I would go to like different
I
things.
ever watched a comedy segment. I would watch Showbiz India every Saturday
We
morning.
used to watch it too.
Yeah, right? You know Ritu Mahendra?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
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 Well,
He knows them all. Knows them
Yeah, I
all.
know them all.
My like sister recently became friends with her, and like I like so fangirled because I was like, oh my god, Ritu, Ritu, the movie review girl. Like,
Yeah.
I used to love your reviews.
Aren't you still working with Showbiz?
Yeah, I do their entertainment news.
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean,
that's
he's still
awesome.
alive and well with them.
Yeah. But that's pretty cool that you have this background. So now you're moving into acting now? Sorry, you just have a film called, is it Nani?
Yeah, it's a short film that is touring festivals right now. About a Bangladeshi girl growing up in LA and coming back home for Eid and the turmoil she faces being at the dinner table with her father, who you just feel the tension, but it's like every brown person's story when they come home, and you don't really talk about the thing, but there is the thing. But it's actually not about that. It's about wanting to take her grandma to the beach. So it's like a mini little heist.
But how do you?
It's really only 10 minutes, so I'm pretty sure I gave away the whole story. But
That's
go
fine.
watch
But
it.
what's it? How do your parents feel about your transition in your journey?
Yeah, when I first told them, it was COVID when I kind of
Yeah.
shifted over. But my dad was thrilled because he's like this YOLO kind of guy. Like, he's like, you only have this one life. And I was like, yeah, Dad, let's not spend all of our money though. You know, he's like, no, just spend it all. Don't sit on it. So he has always been supportive of it. And he's like, always like, oh my God, like my daughter was in this commercial. And, you know, he won't tell me how proud of he is of me,
Yeah.
right? They just
But
tell
it's
other
when you're
people.
home. Yeah, my dad's the exact same. Yeah.
So you're booking work. That's great. Terrific.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't been that active in this. Like last year, I got married, and I just have been like refocused.
There's
Thank
a lot of
you.
videos about her marriage too.
Yeah, not too
I
many.
watched
I
all of
haven't made
those.
it my whole personality.
I
you
watched
know?
it. No, it was cool. I liked
refuse.
watching it. It was pretty dope. It was really sick.
Yeah. So I wanted to like fully experience that, and then also now I'm just kind of like shifting. Like, what other forms of storytelling can I do? So yes.
Is your husband involved in the business at all?
No, he's in finance.
Oh, okay, cool.
What's the insult? No, he's in finance.
No. I mean, in the sense like I need someone who's not in the business to be with me. Yeah.
She wanted a normal guy. She needs health insurance, bro. Come on now.
Normal. What's normal?
Yeah, well, that is compared to us.
No,
Jasmine, would you
yeah.
date someone in the business?
Um,
A podcast host?
if they're successful,
So we're just trying to swoop in real quick. Would you date a
if this
podcast?
ConvoSutra is going viral,
Shooting his
Would you do
shot.
no podcast host?
I'm kidding. No,
She's
would you?
like, do you know one?
Hey, sorry to interrupt. If you like this episode, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks.
I've never dated like an actor or model. I've been on dates with actors and models, but I don't think they appreciate, how left-brained I am.
Interesting. Dude,
Yeah.
my buddy went on
Really?
a,
Yes.
what do you mean, the
really.
left brain part?
Yeah, the left brain part.
My buddy went on a date. He's an actor. He went on a date, and the girl's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I'm an actor." She got up and left. She literally just got up and left. She's like,
I don't blame her. It's pretty tough.
I mean, it's a lot of instability you have to deal with,
Shit ton, yeah.
Yeah. And I'm sure it's not as easy it is for guys to be an actor dating as it is for girls.
I actually agree with that, and that's actually the point I was going to make. Is that
Wait, hold on. You said what again? You think it's easier to be a guy as an actor?
no,
and
I
date?
think
No.
it's not easy.
Oh, it's way harder.
Yeah.
Okay.
To be a guy dating
Yeah.
as an actor versus a
Yeah.
girl who's an
Yeah,
actor.
because
who's
traditionally
dating.
you're expected to support everything, and that's going to bring up a level of insecurity. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
one of the things on the list,
Yeah. Fair enough.
Probably why
yeah.
your friend walked out or whatever. I don't know.
You had more thoughts on this?
Well, I was just going to say, I think that also is maybe like a little, I don't know. Sometimes some people could find maybe my work intimidating to them if they're not feeling like they're being successful in what they're doing, regardless actually of industry. I have found that to be a problem across
They're
the
like,
board.
you're creating technology to replace us actors.
Not yet.
Yeah, she's like, we're getting there. We're
You
getting
guys
there.
are the test subjects
People want
here.
authenticity, okay?
Yeah.
So have you dated actors before?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, never. I've never dated a dancer either. Just never been interested in someone who's interested in the things like
Yeah.
She's
that
like, I
part
don't
of my
want
life.
you to
We're all
be into
different.
me.
I guess like, It's like if I'm the lead on stage performing, I'm not interested in the male lead on stage performing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see
She's
that.
interested in at the back of the
I'm
crowd.
interested in the guy who funded the show.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
say-
smart.
That's
I
smart.
like the honesty.
No, I'm kidding. I don't know. Like I don't know.
She's like, who
But I do
produced
love
this?
Hrithik Roshan I love Hrithik Roshan.
some-
Yeah, everything. Yeah,
Two thumbs up.
That,
Two thumbs up. There you go. They just point at each other. I see them. That's all I look at when he dances. He's a phenomenal
I don't
dancer.
look at it.
I just look for his thumb.
I see past his thumbs.
See, if you're famous though, you can get away with a lot.
Well, that's that's
Well, not
completely
only is he
different.
famous, he's also really good looking on top of it. He's not like an ugly
He
dude.
comes from like a family lineage of
Actors and directors and
producers,
royalty.
actors.
So
Yeah.
if Hrithik Roshan came up to
Musicians.
you right now, I know you're married. Are you married now?
yes.
Okay. Would you leave your husband for Hrithik Roshan?
And if
No.
your husband's not watching, look, she didn't even say it with happiness. She went,
Never.
no.
No, I could never. I love my husband.
Okay, that's a good answer.
Very nice.
That's a good answer.
Is he Desi?
He is of Indian descent, but East African.
That counts.
Yeah.
He's Desi.
Yeah. He's like originally from Kutch, but East African.
Yeah.
He doesn't speak either. So.
Now ask her the same question. If Hrithik Roshan came up to you right now, would you stop dating all the guys?
Am I married?
Oh,
married?
shit.
She is available, Hrithik. She's
I don't
available.
know. But he's a little past the age range. at this
I mean, he
point,
is dating
but I
younger
would-
girls.
They always are at that level.
Who
Looks
isn't?
like-
Who isn't?
Yeah, I know. His girlfriend looks like it could be his daughter. It's quite
How old
disturbing.
is his wife or girlfriend?
Saba?
25 or something?
No,
right?
I don't
It's like
think
late
Saba-
20s.
Yeah.
And he's like what?
Maybe like,
Late
oh, is
40s?
she late 20s now?
I don't know.
I mean, you're supposed to know this stuff.
How
You're
old is
the-
he?
I should know.
He's like
Late
40s.
40s. Late 50s.
Not late
no.
50s. No, I think
He's
he's
like
like,
late 40s.
50.
Early
He's
50s.
50 years
I think he's
old.
like 50,
He's 50
yeah.
years old. Actually, I want to ask you girls that. What are your thoughts? Because that's obviously quite common. Do you
50 is the new 30. I'll beat you to it.
No. Because I actually find it kind of gross or interesting when like a 50-year-old guy is dating like a 19-year-old. Like Bill Belichick, 74, just got like he just got engaged to a 24-year-old.
Yeah.
Like he was 49 when she was born.
Jordan.
Wow.
something.
And that like there comes a point you're like, this is getting crazy. Like this is insanity. What do you think the limits are on that?
You go for it. I'll give my opinion.
Go ahead, Jasmine.
Should I go ahead? I mean, I think it's gross. I mean, everyone has free will. I think if you're an adult, you can technically do whatever you want. 19 is young. Like, are you an adult? Like you're
Yeah.
still a teenager. Just because you're legally an adult, like, what does that mean? You still can't drink here? I don't know. And people have different rates of growing up, and like, when did
Yeah.
you meet?
Yeah, those men are
Power
interesting.
dynamics.
Yeah.
Does he just
He's
run
taking
the entire
advantage of a lot
show?
of things in my opinion.
But
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, but then some people would say like, oh, she's taking advantage because she wants this notoriety and money, and so that dynamic works for them transactionally. So then I'm like, who am I to take away free will? You know?
Yeah. Bushra, what do you think?
Well, yeah, I think every situation is different. Sometimes there's a woman who like knows what she wants at 20, 21, and she wants like a family and she wants to have 4 children, and maybe this 50-year-old man is going to support that and provide the home for her to be a stay-at-home mom, and that's what she's wanted, and she's sure of that. I don't know.
Yeah. Transactional.
Or is it transactional?
That's pretty
or is
transactional,
it-
but it's okay. Relationships are transactional
is
at a
it-
certain level.
Is it
Yeah.
just like natural human instinct,
But natural human instinct isn't unconditional at all.
Well, natural human instinct is when you're dating, what's in it for me?
Yeah. Well,
I mean, that's
I totally get the woman's standpoint. It's like hypergamy. Is that what the term is?
yeah. You're
Yeah.
trying to move up. You're
You're
always
leveling
seeing.
up.
Yeah, they're always moving up. A guy doesn't care.
I think a guy's if they have
Guy
a lot
cares
in
about the
common,
look and her ability to create a home and take care of her.
100%.
Majority. Yeah.
Well, they did a study on that. And, like, if you showed a woman the same guy and he comes out of a Porsche or he comes out of that, they found the guy a less attractive guy. But if he had access to resources,
Yeah.
with a guy, he don't care if she's hot in a Burger King outfit. He's like, "Yo, let's go."
But can I
we
tell
don't
you,
care.
I do agree with that. I think as long as it's legal, first of all, but consensual on both parties. But I was 32. I made out with this 24-year-old.
That's 8 years.
And no, but it felt like I was kissing like a doll or something. I was like, Jesus. Really? Yeah, it felt really weird.
I feel gross. I feel gross with it.
no, it felt weird.
Yeah, I
was
don't like it.
I was like, this is not feels. I was like, let me see your ID.
like, what do you mean? It felt like kissing a doll,
Just youth.
Yeah,
The
youth. Like there wasn't.
youth of it.
It hasn't.
Plus, I only hook up with like these
Grown up
milfs.
yet.
So like the
When
milf.
you say you like hooking up with MILFs.
I was kidding.
Yeah.
I just wanted to see how she'd react.
Yeah,
to it.
let's flip the script. What about the other way around?
That's
How do you
a
feel
lot
like
more
younger
rare.
men with older?
That's a lot
women?
more rare.
Nick Jonas, Priyanka Chopra.
That's 10
Yeah.
years, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I support that. I mean,
Yeah, I support that too.
I mean, do you? I was giving it.
the same way.
Whatever.
You support that?
No, I'm just saying the example I gave was really drastic.
Yeah,
I
for
think
sure.
when you're like even the example you gave 32, 24, you're like, all
it's
right,
not
that's
bad.
Okay, maybe add
Yeah.
10 years to
8
that.
years, fine, whatever. I personally couldn't do it.
42 and 24.
Yeah, that's a lot.
It's getting into tricky.
There's
It's more
always
tricky.
different variables. Obviously, like you could find someone that's that old and really mature, really emotionally mature, and done the work. But in general, there's life experience, and everyone has stages through life, right? There's different things that you want in your 20s, in your 30s, in your 40s, in your 50s, and if there's not a lot of common ground, then you kind of have to wonder what's really going on underneath, right?
Yeah,
and it usually happens with what they were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
And I'm cool with like the whole gold digger thing. Because to me, it's like you're just both in the same energy. She'll leave you for a richer guy and he'll leave you for a younger, more beautiful girl. It is super transactional and you're both doing the same thing. So I don't like sometimes people are like, oh, she's a gold digger. I'm like, well, he's doing the exact same thing. Like it goes both ways. They're both using each other.
Yes, it does.
And so like
they're
have
both
fun.
getting something out of it.
There's a lack of depth. It is not going to lead to a deep emotional connection. But if that's the energy you both are at, have at it. Enjoy.
If that's the priority.
Yeah.
But I've seen the other way around too. Speaking of actors, I have seen like kind of struggling actors who are only wanting to date like very successful and maybe even less attractive girls I've seen in this industry.
Noted. I should start.
Yeah.
Wait. You've seen
I've
actors?
seen like guys, like male actors date more successful but less attractive women. Which makes sense because it does balance out because they want the stability too.
Right.
And they're like
I've
kind
never
of
seen
like
that.
Never seen that. I don't know what
Yes,
that
you
is.
are. I know.
I've
It's
never
true,
seen
but
that.
It's out there.
Okay, let me ask you this then. From women, how important, if you have other factors, how important is the visual appearance of a man? Like, how high do you hold physical attraction? If all the other stuff is
I
being
think there has to be
met.
a natural element of physical attraction. Like, what's physically attractive to like 10 girls next to me might not be physically attractive.
Yeah.
for
Well, of
me.
course.
You
a
know
little
what I
bit subjective.
But the reason I ask that is general, they always talk about how men value physical attraction a little bit higher than women do.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm wondering how you value it. If you're dating, you're married,
Mm-hmm.
and when you're looking for a serious relationship, outside of like naturally your eyes, you see the person, is that important to you if all the other qualities are met that you like? He's nice, successful, you guys get along, families, yada,
Would you
yada.
date a fat slob?
Yes, that's what I'm trying to...
Well, for me, it's about like the values and like the things that you actually care to work on in yourself, right? Like for me, like self-growth is super important. So if you're a fat slob, but you're working on yourself and you care to be
Improve
in a
yourself
healthier
physically.
place, not a six pack, but just in a healthier place, then I can get on board with that. I'm figuratively speaking here because I'm married and I'm not with the fat slob, but
Bushra's really watching her language right now,
this is
guys.
very difficult.
Welcome to the ConvoSutra.
This is difficult.
All right, let's just move on. I want to make a quick shout out to Dialogue for supplying us with these amazing drinks this fine day. What are you guys drinking, by the way?
Yeah, I got the protein smoothie like I get every time because it's delicious.
Bushra, what are you drinking?
I got the cloud matcha. Thank
Is it
you
good?
very much. It's very good.
I got the dirty chai on brand.
She nasty.
Check out Dialogue. They have multiple locations. It is awesome. We appreciate it. Thanks, Dialogue.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
So, how's your acting career going?
You know, it's at a standstill. Not gonna lie, it's
For everybody, it's like the
Yeah.
weirdest time.
I'm
My
not
commercial
acting,
agent, yeah.
so,
Even my commercial agent's like, yeah, it's slow, dude.
I had a
Commercially.
commercial the other week, like 2 weeks ago. I was like, wow, what a feeling to be on set and, you know, to fill one of the like diversity boxes, but happy to be here. And I can't remember the last time I was on set for like a national commercial. It was probably been like 6 months.
Good for you.
6 months is pretty good.
That's not that
actually.
long, Bushra, by the way. I know she's used to 5
She's
years
ambitious.
to the top.
Yeah.
But no, for a national, it's not that long. But in between, I wasn't doing like other work. So it was a long time from like since I was on set, I guess.
No, the business right now is pretty slow in general.
Yeah.
It's been pretty tough.
Yeah.
And that's why I started the podcast, essentially. It's been tough for everybody.
Yeah. I mean, from all angles, really. And everyone's just kind of like taking work as they come. But I don't want to just do work just to do work. I want to do like intentional work, especially after doing it for several years. So, all right, what's another avenue that I can get consistent pay and be like a civilized human being and then have intentional stories I want to tell?
You keep coming back to this telling stories.
Yeah.
You write too?
I don't write. No, I don't write, but I have been part of like the ideation process, not the writing process.
Yeah.
But I have been told to just start.
Put it down
dabbling
on
in
paper. Just do it.
Just start
Yeah.
dabbling. Yeah.
Yeah.
One of my friends just uses AI and like he came up with this like short script then he tweets it himself, but he's like, this is my fast way of just putting content out there versus thinking so much and so long on this like script that is I'm just putting 2 minutes on.
I mean, no, but I
social
mean,
media
they're
for it.
great. It's great at log lines and synopsis and even like,
Yeah.
you know, I think it's doable.
Mind you, this is for like a 2-minute reel that he's
Well,
like
that's very
creating
different
on
though.
social media.
Yeah.
Yeah, not like a
I've read some
whole
scripts.
film.
I'm like, Jesus, this is
no,
terrible.
those are really bad. They're
They're gonna get good though. That's the scary part. They will get really good.
I know.
Yeah. No, somebody plagiarized a book that I wrote that I plagiarized from AI. So it's just
An endless cycle, really. AI is
Yeah, yeah.
plagiarizing someone from someone.
yeah,
from
exactly.
someone.
We're gonna wrap up. Bushra, where can we find you on social media?
You can find me at beconfident.com, b.khanfident. It's a play on my full name, Bushra Khan.
That's cool. You're a storyteller with your Instagram handle.
Yeah, exactly.
That's also the mantra I try to live by. That's
confident.
hard when this industry just breaks your confidence down every day. But it's good.
Good.
I'm at the Pritesh Shah.
I'm at Hot Chai Pod.
And I'm at Tarun Shetty. Please follow us at the ConvoSutra. Thanks so much. Like, subscribe, share, send this to a friend. We appreciate you. Bushra, thanks for coming by.
Thank you for having me.
For the short duration, you were an amazing guest. Probably.
Thank you for having me.
one
Sorry,
Traffic
it's late.
sucks.
LA
I know.
traffic. Yeah. All the way from Long Beach, please.
Oh, you live in Long Beach?
crazy.
Yeah, I remember. Oh, yeah, you told me. Damn.
Yeah, you're an
Took you
amazing
what, hour and a
guest.
half? 2 hours.
Thanks for coming by. Enjoy your dialogue. And thanks, Pritesh and Jazz, for coming by as well.
Thanks for
And-
having us.
Yeah.
Thanks for the chat, guys.
And we'll see you guys next time. Take care.
Bye.
Bye, bye, beta.
Cool.
I don't
Awesome.
even know what we talked about.